We're entering a Jewish cemetery. And near the Turkish border there is a Muslim cemetery, and in between there is a Christian cemetery. The people, it is the most favorite burial place for the three monotheistic religion to bury their people on top of Mount of Olives.
On this hill, beyond us, where the olive trees are, is where the Mount of Olives housing project will be located. And it's 84 housing units, apartments. The purpose is specifically to strengthen a minority that will no longer exist in Jerusalem if we don't do something right now. In 1946, there were 31,400 Christians in Jerusalem. In 1946, there were 35,000 Muslims and 99,000 Jews. In the year 2000, the 99,000 Jews became 440,000. The 35,000 Muslims became over 200,000, maybe 220,000, and the 31,400 Christians diminished to less than 14,000. And Christian leaders today actually estimate that the Palestinian Christian population of Jerusalem is probably less than 10,000. And it's possible, depending upon the final route of the wall, in Beit Hanina and some other areas where there are a lot of Christians, that number could be reduced from 10,000 to even 8 or 6 or 5,000 in Jerusalem. And the problem of the exodus of Christians throughout the West Bank and Jerusalem, it continues. But especially in Jerusalem, the lack of affordable housing is identified by the church leaders as one of the main reasons that the Christians are leaving. And so our plan is to build the housing with funding from churches in the U.S., from church and government funding from Norway, from Sweden, hopefully from Germany, Finland, Denmark, Canada, and then to rent the apartments to the Palestinian Christians who are in need of housing for about half the market rate. So it would make it very affordable, very possible for a young couple to make it now in Jerusalem with such an opportunity.
How would they be able to get back in here to live?
Well, I'm talking about, first of all, trying to preserve the presence of the 10,000 that are already here. But you point to the next question, though. If you have a Palestinian Christian young man who lives in Jerusalem and has a Jerusalem ID, and he wants to marry somebody from Ramallah or Bethlehem, then this is more than just an affordable housing question. This is a question of family reunification. Mm-hmm. So we need, on the one hand, funding to help preserve the Christian community in order to build this affordable housing complex here. On the other hand, we need advocacy and we need changes of policy so that families can reunite, and that the Christian presence doesn't simply disappear. It has implications, obviously, for the mission work and the presence of Christians and Christianity in Jerusalem, but it also has implications for the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, And I think it frankly has global implications, because if you have a Jerusalem that's supposed to be the city of peace, and a vision, a model of tolerance and understanding, between Jews and Christians and Muslims, and there are no Christians, I mean, this model has failed, and frankly will be used by some to, cynically, I think, to create even more division and discord and even violence between Jews and Muslims, or Christians and Jews, or Christians and Muslims, and so on. So the preservation of Jerusalem as a kind of mosaic of different communities is extremely important. It's not the way we do it in Chicago. Chicago is the model of the melting pot, although you have neighborhoods, but still there's a lot of melting going on. Here, which would be more of a painting, I suppose, but here the idea of a mosaic where, when you stand back from it, you get this whole big, nice picture, but when you look at it very closely, you see that there are individual pieces that have their own integrity. So you have the Armenian Catholic community, you have the Armenian Orthodox community, the Armenian Protestant community in Jerusalem, the Greek Orthodox community, the Syrian Orthodox, the Syrian Catholic, the Syrian Protestant, the Coptic, and so on and so on, and the Episcopalians and the Lutherans and the Latin Catholics and the Maronites and so on. So, and then that's just within the Christians, and then of course within the Muslim community and the myriad of groups, within the Israeli secular and religious community. It's a mosaic that makes up a very interesting picture, but if you try to, say, why don't you just, let them go live wherever they want, you would eventually, these pieces with their own integrity would disappear. We're hoping to raise a little over $2 million from the churches from the U.S. toward this project. And I have actually, I can leave with you a PowerPoint presentation for the project, and if you can, for others who maybe want to use that, you can feel free to copy it. There's a word text that goes with it, so you become instant expert. Just read the word text and the slides come up, and that's all you have to do.